And we are back this week, it
And we
seems.
are back this week.
Okay. It seems like it has been forever, but you know, the Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 just premiered, and there is only one lady that I can talk Potomac with, and that is J'tia Hart Taylor,
It is me.
aka
Yay. Ding,
the
ding, ding.
STEM Queen, is out
Yes.
here. J'tia, how are you?
I am super excited to be back. This is my favorite Real Housewife franchise. So, I have been biding my time to get back with my ladies in Potomac.
And I will, this is what I will say because J'tia and I have not talked about the episode yet. I really felt like the episode was giving. A lot has gone down. I just felt like there is just so
There
much.
is so much to be discussed. So I can't wait to jump into it. Like I wanted to text you during the episode, but I really held back. And so I don't know. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Well, first of all, let's just talk about Karen and
Wait.
Gisele. Oh, okay.
Your answer should have been, does a frog have a watertight asshole? Which is, I mean, intriguing to me from a science point of view, but like as far as the Real Housewives tagline, I was like, what in the hell?
Not
Let me Google it.
intriguing for
I
you
mean,
from a
like,
science
yeah, that would
standpoint.
make sense. They spend a lot of time in water, and if like
But I gotta
water,
clinch it up.
yeah, you gotta clench it. So if water seeped up into their asshole, that would not be good. All kind of infections and bacteria in the water. You don't want to get in your asshole, and then you get like ass cancer. So,
Well, wouldn't that be true for any animal?
well, I would think that most animals that spent their time in the water would have a watertight asshole. I mean,
Oh
it
my
makes sense, right?
god!
You can't just be letting the bacteria get in there.
Wow,
A lot of
child.
animals have their reproductive tract through their ass.
Oh my god!
Um, so
You gotta
gotta
have
protect the
a
babies,
watertight.
watertight tank.
Okay. Well, listen, I definitely wrote that down as well. But listen, I think one of the biggest highlights for me was Karen and Gisele. Like, we friends.
So I didn't know what was going on because a lot of them did not leave off in a good place. So I didn't know what the Wendy was gonna do, if she was gonna slink,
Mm.
up in there. It was a Karen party, if she was even gonna be invited. Wendy was trying to earn her spot. Mia and her math. I didn't know what was going on, and it delivered. So I'm ready. You guide, because I can go anywhere.
Well, listen, I took very extensive notes, but Karen and Gisele are having a picnic, the cherry blossom picnic.
Oh, which is beautiful. So I used to live in the area. The cherry blossoms are amazing. Personally, I think they could have done a better setup, but maybe it was just very impromptu. They have picnic parties since the pandemic, but it was lovely. I mean, the environment did it all for them. And so it was a good, nice little mini catch up, the catch up before the catch up. And so, they got a little gossip in, and it seems like all over this episode, everybody was talking of asking about Ashley. So
Ashley. So at the cherry blossom picnic, it was Karen, it was Gisele, it was Ashley, and it was my girl Robin. But I
mhm,
think what was very clear, I felt like for me, the cherry blossom picnic was the overtone of the whole episode. I feel
absolutely.
I feel like
So,
we kept coming back, but Ashley is saying she's divorcing
but
Michael.
before you get divorced, you got to get separated.
Well, no, okay. So as someone that has lived in Virginia, that has lived in Washington, is that true? Like if I am married, I have to separate for you for a whole year before we can file
Well,
divorce?
yeah, I mean, technically, but you could just be like, look, we separated a year ago.
Okay.
So, I mean, it can be sped up, but the fact of the matter was they was not separated. So, I mean, it was all a mess. She don't know what she want to do. Like divorce sound good. It sound like a good threat. It seems like to me to Michael for his behavior, but I don't know if she really want to go through with it, especially if she buying the house. Like he didn't already brought her back. Like maybe she was thinking about divorce for real. But then she was like, "Ooh, I can't get nothing for $400,000." I know, in Northern Virginia. So when he dangled that LLC in the house and the budget went up to 1.5, and she could get those 4 or 5,000 square feet, that changed the calculation from divorce to separation and LLC cooperation. So,
Oh. Now, if you happen to be for the Purple Pants podcast, you're going to be a divorce lawyer right now. Okay, divorce lawyer J'tia.
okay, Gloria Allred, I'm here.
Would you advise me if I am thinking about, because I got to separate for a year? Would you advise me to purchase a home in an LLC with my husband that I am divorcing, but currently,
No.
okay,
No, so it doesn't make sense as your lawyer.
okay,
Speaking to you from a legal point of view, that I got from Acapella University online. I would tell you to finish one business transaction, which is the law of the divorce, before you enter another business transaction with said party. So she need to get her money and go on about her business. And like, if you want to divorce somebody, you can't be thinking in their pockets. Like she already outlasted the 5 year prenup. And so
so
it either need to be a clean, either you in or you out, boo boo. And it sounds like you want to be in.
my question for you is this divorce separation LLC, is it giving storyline?
It is absolutely giving. I mean, it's always been about her and Michael. Michael is probably the most intriguing thing about her, right? Michael and they prenup, they arrangement, whether they having a baby, their unusual marital arrangement. Now she ain't drinking. So
Right. Oh, because she love a Corona. Okay.
a corona with a lime in it stuck in the neck. So I think like, she was very free with him. It didn't go well. And now she's trying to switch up the rules. And of course she has children now. So that changes the equation. And he want to do the same old, sneaking out, taking pictures in his drawers with dimples in his back, that kind of stuff. Them
Do
back
you
dimples was
do
not
you
cute.
think when Michael gets in water?
Is his asshole watertight? I'm pretty sure. If not, I'm sure he'd have got some diseases up there. It's bacteria and whoever in the water with whoever he bathing with. Bacteria is everywhere.
So they also at this cherry blossom picnic talk about Mia. Now, you know me, I follow the ladies of the Housewives. I follow the rumor reports. I follow the peach reports. I send you the stuff that I see,
Yeah,
and
you send
all.
me that
Yeah,
trash.
you don't watch it, but it's fine. Or look at it because I can see when it says that you have read it. But whenever you want to flood my phone with videos of.
That is true. So, like, sometimes I look at them, and sometimes I only have to look at the title to know I don't want to look
Well,
at
yeah,
it.
I feel like anytime I send you anything about like the Real Housewives of Potomac, you just don't look at it.
I look at the title, and then maybe I Google, it on the side or whatever.
Okay, so you don't listen.
I love, like, you send me that trash about Nene. I ain't opening it, but you send me stuff about Potomac, I usually open it. But my point is, so like, Gisele is messy.
Okay.
I just think she's a poor communicator. So let me
No.
say this.
Okay.
I think she's a poor communicator because the girl did not say I mean, maybe her reading comprehension is low.
So no. Well,
She
so
did
let's.
not say she had cancer on the
No.
thing,
No.
even though
No.
she
No. No.
probably said,
No. No. No.
she's in the tweet, in the Instagram
In
post.
the Instagram post, she okay. So we are before we get to the end. We got to start at the beginning. We got to separate for 2 years,
It said that
girl.
her doctor told her to go to the
No,
dentist
baby,
since her.
baby.
I'm
When
about to pull up
Mia.
the Insta.
Well, it's been edited, but when Mia first posted it, it essentially said that she had cancer. All of the blog sites were reporting it like she said she had cancer. And then a week
Let
later,
me do some
it
research.
was different. And again, so because when they first posted it, like I was like, oh my God, is Mia okay? Like, wow, like it's first of all, we didn't even know if she was even going to be a housewife. But she 100% sure posted that she had cancer.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. But my thing is like, instead of why don't you? I maybe she did ask about her health, and they edited it out. The show ain't infinitely long. But like, why don't you just be like, hey, how are you doing? That's what your conversation should have focused on. Not walking up being like, did you talk to the girl about her social media? Because that would have, I mean, really.
Again, we have not gotten to that part yet, but I definitely feel like from a viewer, a fan of the show, seeing Mia's post was concerning. It definitely gave you are
You fishing for
Could be
attention.
like, well, I mean, before
Okay.
even like that, it was given like, girl, are you okay? You're sick. And I think that what the point in which we are seeing Gisele talk to the women is like, this is giving suspect because it's like you're posting these things that like one would think like, how are you? But then it's like the next couple of posts, they don't make sense. So
So
that
I can say, I mean, like, don't you? Are you? She overreacted. What's your point?
well, I feel like in me, as a human of a certain age, I wouldn't post
How old
things
are
like
you?
that. I'm in my early to late 20s to mid 30s. Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a
I do Mia Thornton math.
that was a good one. Yes. I too am in my late 20s to early 30s as well. So I understand. Um, but I mean, she overreacted. That's fine. But like, okay, and the
I
girl
mean,
was sick.
it it's just given, and honestly, I don't know, and I don't like to play with people's health statuses, so I don't really like to make assumptions. But again, for me as a viewer and somebody that follows the Instagram, it's just given like again storyline.
That's fine. She a drama queen. I mean, she always been a drama queen. So
So
like, look, you got to talk about something.
I mean, listen. Then we get Candace and Michael. Okay, Candace is out here opening up for Faith Evans. Okay, well, never mind, I won't do it. But she's out here promoting this tour. Michael is. They said, wait, what did she say? He was the
Chris,
whole.
Candace,
He
and Chris.
oh, I'm saying Michael, Candace,
Oh,
and
that's why I was
Chris.
like, I don't think she married to Michael, but the Candace and Michael is another.
Well, that's well, listen, Candace and Chris are, out here. Candace is booked and busy opening up for Faith Evans. And a lot of
Re-releasing her album for the
re-releasing the
14th time.
album, which I do have. I did have the album. The
Did
album
you
is
get the
cute.
first, second, or third one drop?
I
Okay.
got the album
Who's
when it
first?
came out. I don't think the second part has come out. I think that, she probably
I
will
mean, like the single came out, then the single was on the album, and now
well,
she's re-releasing that same album that the single was on.
no, that single, but actually that single that then she re-released, that actually is like no longer available on iTunes. We don't know what happened to it. But
Oh, that sounds
her
like some copyright. My Gloria All Right lawyer had coming back on to say that's copyright, and she like was
but
like,
the
no,
album Deep Space is out. Drive Back is the first single. The album is cute.
drive that.
Drive Back.
I want to
And
hear
so
Dottie's track. I heard
well,
that was
first of all,
hot.
that's what I was saying. Like, where is Dottie? Here on the Purple Pants podcast, we live for a Dottie.
Yes, some
But
Dottie moments, honey.
Candace is out here trying to freeze her eggs because she is so busy. And Michael is they said he was something in regards to like
He's a
the
general manager at a hotel. I
is
got that part.
giving. Do
He's a
you?
general manager at a hotel. Hotel. So like he works in the service industry. And if you work in the service, I don't know, like whatever y'all do, y'all do. But the man out here trying to make money, so y'all ain't got to live on Dottie. So Dottie ain't got to have a house and a cutout, in your new house. So I mean, he out here hustling. Yeah, he out all times of night, but like, so are you? My thing was I thought it was interesting, and I totally think it's a great thing that she's thinking ahead and freezing her eggs. um as a woman in late 20s to mid 30s, I think of my fertility often, and if I did want to have another child, now would be the time for Candace and I to start thinking about that. But I just think like if you don't have time, I don't know, like you got to make time. It's no perfect time to have a child. So that seemed like some of the issues that were not being addressed and kind of being kicked down the can um with this because like
Schedule issue. But also, it was the body language for me. It was like the driving in the car, him being like, I would think that if you are the general manager of the hotel and like you need to get off to put these because she's about to start IVF for these, I would think that you would be able to.
I think that so this is the thing. Chris has kids. He understands how involved it is. And IVF, like they were talking about all the appointments and stuff like that. And I was like, child, ain't nothing compared to when you have a child and you got all them appointments. Like, come on. You can't reschedule nothing that had to do with a child. They don't, the baby wake up and now you can't be like, oh, can I reschedule? And right now it's not a good time for me. So I just think that they need to consider it. and I don't know their lives, I'm just watching on TV. But it looks like they have a lot to consider before they actually move forward with having a child. In my head, I was thinking, okay, they're gonna make these embryos and then put them in a surrogate if she don't have time and she's so booked and busy. But I don't know. It's a hard decision. And I hope they take it seriously and don't just be, paying a whole bunch of money to keep embryos on ice.
Again, again, I just felt like if this was a, I'm about to say the word wrong, but
You're gonna
not,
say it wrong anyway. Go ahead. I like it though.
it's not a prelude, a prelude.
Let's make it a word. Prelude. After you think that like maybe having a baby is an afterthought?
No, I'm thinking like just seeing the scene of
Oh
their
no,
like
that's a yeah, yeah, no, you got it right. And you said it right. Prelude.
prelude. I just feel like we'll see how Candace and Chris make out. Then we also, first of all,
First of all, it's giving very Ashley.
I,
It's giving very Ashley. Like Ashley was like, I mean, she made time for it and stuff like that, but like, girl, think before you leave, honey, because that's what Kanye say, 18 years.
mm, well, we don't
Look,
even speak of Kanye right now because listen,
I'm gonna
we
pray
want,
for him.
yeah,
Rest,
we.
thoughts and prayers.
But we get a OG return.
Oh
Robin meets
yes,
with Shasha, aka Sharice,
yes, and
and
her new twins.
yes, I mean that seems to be the maybe the mantra of this episode. Everybody getting the twins updated and lifted. But I
Correct.
always love Sharice. I was always upset as to why like Sharice got fired, then brought back
Oh
as
no,
a
I
friend of
I
the
get it.
show. Like, I mean, she is very much the Cherie Whitfield of Potomac because she's been dropped, brought back, dropped, and now she's brought again. But I really feel like we may have some understanding to that because Robin said something and when she was talking to her, basically saying, like, Sharice is the glue to the group. Sharice is the reason why I know Karen, why I know Gisele, and Sharice really is the grand dom of Potomac. And that I don't know why the fact that they would put that in there makes me think like, is Karen the reason we keep getting these up and downs of a Sharice? But
So, what I do know about how Potomac came to be was that they were all in an organization that it's bougie black people like Jack and Jill of America, and that I think Sharice was very. I mean, I don't know if she was a chapter president or something like that, but basically she was the person who had been in this organization the longest. And this organization is centered around children. And as Sharice's children are older and that sort of thing, so she was more established. I can see that. I do know why Sharice got fired. Like she's not that interesting and doesn't care.
girl, what we're not going to do is disrespect Shasha over here.
I
We
think
love
she's like
Shasha.
off screen. I'm sure she is lovely, but on screen that didn't translate. She didn't want to talk about a lot of stuff. She didn't want to bring a lot of stuff
She
up.
was in the process of going through a divorce during the time that we
I
first
totally
saw
get it. Like
her.
I'm sure she is very
She was going through
interesting.
that year separation.
I understand it ain't good for the show though. I guess that's just it. So like you could be the most interesting person, but you got to bring it. That's why look. That's why Mia got cancer. That's why Ashley getting divorced. Not saying that Mia is not sick or whatever, but you have to have a storyline, and she wasn't willing to share. And I'm sure she had very good reason. It just wasn't translating. So I can see her coming back. Sheree, look, if it wasn't for Big Bob, she wouldn't have been on the show as long as she was, and she needed that money. And she had every opportunity. She had a damn fashion show with no clothes. Stuff like. So she blew her opportunity quite a few times to have a storyline outside of her getting divorced. And I think that's the same example with Sharice. So maybe she'll come back around.
Okay, well, one can only hope.
Yeah,
I also feel
with the
like
twins out, hopefully.
with the twins out.
Yeah.
We see Ashley meeting with her mom. We see Ashley meeting with her uncle, and we know they do not like Michael. Also, it was Ashley's mom wig for me. I felt like, we have seen the evolution of Ashley's mom, and I feel like season 7 is the best we probably have ever seen her. She looks great, but I just wanted to tell her, like while we were watching, like, girl, those little like leave out parts, you're supposed to lay them down. Like they not supposed to be like
You just
looking
wanted to
at you like
shift the wig a
shift
little
it.
bit. Just
uh,
shift it.
shift it a
I
little
didn't want to
bit.
pull it off. I just wanted to shift it.
Okay, Sheree, but I just wanted to like lay her mom's baby hairs down just a little
You
bit
always
because they
trying to
was.
lick some baby hairs,
I
okay?
mean, the wig was on and the baby hairs was just up like this, like
Look,
girl.
she's like, I'm doing the best I can. She out here trying to function, trying to survive. So I mean, we'll get there.
And
It's a work. I mean, even the Grand Dame
I
had to have
mean,
a couple seasons before she got it right.
well,
And we are still working on Gisele.
girl. Well, first of all, and here's the thing: during the preseason, when they released like these little clips, first of all, I thought Gisele looked great, but of course, Karen and Candace was eating her up, which we clearly know during this season. Candace and Gisele are going to get into it. They was calling her a skunk and her confessional look with her hair. I thought she looked great, but I was like, is
No, she looked like a skunk. Yes, she did. Because I noticed that she had the big chunks. They were not like her balayage
no,
was
she looks great. Yo, y'all just gonna pick. So okay, so you liked Candace with her locks, with that drawing on her eyes, like that was a good confessional look.
that
Oh,
okay. First of
okay,
all, that is very vogue.
okay,
That it's called a reverse eyeliner. Thank you. Look it
okay.
up.
Girl, she should probably go to separate. She should probably separate for that for about a year. And my thing, or
She can backstage it.
be a frog and let it get wet, unclench it, okay, and
The
just
somebody had these big green bows. Was that Robin, or was
it could
that
have been. You
or
trying to be
somebody had these big roll of bows? I don't know. It was like very abstract, and I thought it was very runway, but it didn't work for them. But it's a lot of confessional looks, and they be sitting there through the whole season looking a hot mess. So
okay.
whatever.
But I mean, just saying, if you're gonna come for Giselle, Candace, like you know me, I love a Candace. But your looks
I don't
weren't
mind
giving.
coming for Candace too. So throw
You
her ass
know.
on the Barbie too.
We see Wendy, and she is meeting with
She is so
Patricia.
busy. She is so
Oh,
busy.
child,
Not
child,
only does she have
child.
like
She's selling
four
a candle.
degrees,
Okay. She got to get her papers ready. She got to get
right,
her
right, and
classroom
she
syllabuses
does
ready.
public speaking.
She
So
does
like,
public speaking. That one video.
right.
She got to sell
So
her yoni
and she teaches a
candles.
class. She teaches a class. She has two children. So Wendy, I don't know why she just like, I want to like her. I want to like her. Like
I
all the
don't.
components are there. I
But
just
it's
don't.
just it's giving forced. It's giving too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you got candles, you got a class, you got public speaking, you got, I don't know, child, I don't know, a foot rub line. You about to open a restaurant with Peter Thomas, but
Okay, right.
then he say three hundred
Peter.
thousand dollars and your eyes pop out your head like this. Like I'm like, come on, girl.
Not Patricia Thomas from the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So
And I'm just
stay out of women's
stay
business.
out of women's business. You
Yeah,
acting like a
right.
so and
He back in women's business
he's back
with
in women's
Wendy.
business. And my thing is like, well, girl, you must not really know about Peter because, girl, I believe Bar One in Atlanta closed. I believe Phaedra on the reunion a couple of years ago, you got 14 open cases in Fulton County.
So my thing is she needs to just calm down because she just needs to do one thing well. You know what? I do this too. So like she just needs to stick with a few things and do that. Like Robin got her hats and she is all in on the hats. Like just stick with one thing because like you trying to do
Karen
everything
got the
everywhere.
Ladom. Karen got the
Correct.
Ladom. Okay.
Ladom. Cynthia had her sunglasses, honey. She was for those
Child.
sunglasses.
What
Okay.
about the Bailey Agency? Would you model for the Bailey Agency?
Absolutely not. But it's not because there's anything wrong with the Bailey agencies. It's because my Bailey, my butt is too big for the Bailey, probably.
Okay.
So like, yeah, as I enter into my mid-20s, modeling is not the option that it used to be. So yeah, I just think that she just needs to slow down. Like,
And Peter, of all people, like,
yeah.
and child, and
Now,
Peter's
now
mask wasn't
Todd asked
masking.
me if Todd wanted to open up a business, I'd be like, come on, Todd, let's go and get us a. But like, it don't even have a tie-in. It's not her brand. Like, you
Now
are
she
not a
wants to do
party
a
girl. Why would
Nigerian
you?
lounge, like
Yeah, but maybe you could have it be a library from 2 to 4.
oh, The kids could study there. Or maybe she should be going to Ashley's LLC. That's where she should be going and not Peter Thomas. Like, I don't know. I just thought that like avenue was a little bit weird, but we will see that. But also Peter was
But
talking
so was the
20%.
candles. So was the candles. Like, girl, bring it back, okay? Like, she trying to be the Jessica Simpson.
Mm.
Jessica Simpson everywhere. Jessica Simpson probably got a bar somewhere. I go to that though. If she's serving whatever made her gain all that weight back in the early 2000s, I eat that.
Oh.
Sorry, that was too
That was
much
mean. We
salad
like
back.
Jessica
I was only
Simpson.
like in middle school in the early 2000s, so
I
I don't
wasn't
even
born
know.
yet, but like I've heard of her.
I
She
got a
has
pair
a
of her shoes back there somewhere.
she has a sister named Ashley Simpson.
Yeah.
We also get to see Giselle's house has
Mm.
come together.
Has it?
Girl, you
The
J'tia.
entrance was beautiful.
J'tia. The West Wing is cute. The circle driveway, the entrance, the foyer.
It was beautiful.
It's
But
not. It wasn't bought on the LLC. This is Giselle's
you know
hard
what?
earned
You know
money.
what? I'm gonna give her that. You're right. She bought that on her own money. I appreciate, you know what? I can really appreciate somebody living within their means. Her house is beautiful. Her kids, gorge.
Gorgeous.
Yes. I really liked when she was just very honest about how she was gonna miss her kids. I like that.
And again, I think a huge complaint about Gisele over the years is that she does not show emotion. I felt like when she was talking about in a couple of years, girl, you're going to be an empty nester. We really got to see her get
Yeah.
a little like emotional about the
Like the door
kids.
creaked open like it was
It,
a haunted house. Yeah.
the door was open. And
Yes.
then, Karen is throwing a party. We know Karen is great for these invitations. Okay. It was one year.
The
I don't know.
taco in the box was a lot.
Giselle's daughters was like, it smells.
Like, I don't know how you deliver tacos in a box. I love her creativity. I love that she wants to throw fabulous parties. I still think nothing beats the season one Indian soiree with her saris and tonguing down Ray.
And
Um,
that's
I
when she
think they
moved
just be
out.
a little off, but you know what? That's okay, girl. Throw your party the way you want to throw it. I have thrown whack parties before, and honestly, when you're the life of the party, who cares what the accoutrements are?
I mean, listen, and she wanted to celebrate spring. And so was giving, I don't know, still rainy season out in Potomac because it was raining, but the event space was beautiful. Giselle's daughter helped her pick her outfit out. I thought, now mind you, when Giselle was showing us the outfit, I was like, "Ooh, Giselle, that don't look that cute." But
I knew it would be cute on as long as the shape was right, but it was better than that sequin whatever dress the population dress that she looked like she would. So yeah, I actually thought she looked really good.
oh my God,
I know. That's
yes,
hard for me. That was hard for me. I thought
please
she looked really
give
good at the party. I thought the
Giselle.
Grand Dame, of course, always looks amazing.
She looks cute. And again, it's like so weird for me to see Giselle and Karen be friends. I really feel like it's like when Nene and Kim are friends.
I think
Like,
they get the game. So that's the thing. I think that they get the game and that they understand that if they get too acrimonious, that the show will fall apart. Just like, again, like you said, Nene and Kim. Like, people like to see Nene and Kim fight, but they want ultimately to see them come together. Like,
come
you
back
want to see them
together.
squabble. You don't want to see them like go to blows.
I will agree. They are confused about Ashley and this divorce. Ashley gets there
Wait, I thought
and
it was a
well,
separation.
the separation, because child Ashley get there. Okay, we just seen Ashley 2 minutes ago. She said she wanted to buy a house. She get there. She said she made an offer on the house. They said, well, that was quick. Then
Mm,
Ashley says, if her
mm.
cootie cat is craving a little Michael
She got
Froggy.
cravings. She got an offer in on a house. It's been dropped down from a divorce to a separation.
And then
Like,
she's like disputing the fact that she ever said divorce. I'm like, girl, they have you on like, I don't know. It's just giving very like Ashley.
she should just say that she changed her mind. I mean, that's it. She should have just been like the crave between the cravings and the listings. I, reconsidered. I mean, this is the thing, girl. You got to get out, honey. I'm talking to you. You got to go. If you're gonna go, you got to go. And you got to find a way. And the thing is, she can. She can totally find a way. She does not need to have him. She needs to take that prenup and go ahead and roll it up.
Oh, that,
Maybe
oh,
she can go to an MBA class with Candace and they can learn together. To, I just don't want her to depend on a man. And I don't think that the house should make her reconsider her feelings. So that's my little thing. I don't know if that's what's happening. That's what it seemed like though from TV. So
Speaking of prenup, we see Robin talking about because child they asking, and again, we love Robin over here. Okay,
Red Robin,
I love my girl Robin. She is talking
red
about
hair now. Love it.
a prenup. And she signed a prenup when she got married to Juan the first time, and now she is considering, the way her hats are taking off. She is now the main breadwinner. Juan is over there, a head coach at Coppin State University, but Robin is the breadwinner, and she wants a prenup. And
She
Cherie
should have
said,
her prenup.
I feel like I don't understand what's the problem. If you signed a prenup the first time you was married, like why would so
Yes, I don't see a problem with that at all. Like, why is it okay that you signed a prenup, but why it's not okay that he signed a prenup? So I just don't see anything wrong with that. But clearly she knows it's gonna be a problem because she brought it up.
1,000%. Clearly, this was very much so foreshadowing, but I wanted to just bring that up since you said that. Also, a person that was at the spring taco party that could have stayed the hell home. Ugh, we see a Scala is back. Y'all know I am not a fan of a Scala over here, and I'm glad that she got the time in the episode that I feel like is deserving of
Which is
her.
none.
Okay. Um,
Again, another person who I want to like, but don't.
But I feel like, yeah, like she does too much. I also feel like we met like Wendy's best friend, who I feel like is
They trying to
potentially.
backdoor.
I feel like because I've looked at the cast photos and I feel like there is an image of a woman, and I think it is, I forget what her name is, but I think it is going to be Wendy's best friend. So I think they might be bringing in another housewife, or she could just be a friend of the show. But baby, when I tell you, I have never been prouder of Gisele Bryant, okay? Because I feel like
Oh, because she sent her off, sent Whitney off.
I feel like Gisele normally is not confrontational. She kind of like always plays it safe, but baby, we see Wendy arrive. Wendy arrives with her husband. Wendy says hi to everybody. She's like, "Oh, there's Gisele. Let me go say hi to Gisele." When I tell you, I had to rewind that part about
Yes.
3 times. I'd never seen Gisele get so gangster. Wendy said, "Hey," Gisele said, don't touch me. I'm
I
wonderful.
like that. So I'm not gonna lie. I like that. I like that. I like that because I remember when she was bringing the bodyguard. Was that for Wendy or was that for the other girl? Can't remember.
That was
When Gisele brought the bodyguard to the reunion. You don't remember that?
yeah, but who was fighting? Who had popped off? I don't
Oh,
know.
I gotta Google this.
Yeah, but Monique. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, I thought that was I just thought that was amazing.
I
First
loved
of
it.
all.
I loved it because it's like, yeah, like Wendy, like, and again, clearly a lot has happened because we clearly see Gisele and Karen are in a better place. We saw they kind of sort of patched it up at the reunion, but Wendy and Gisele did not patch it up. Wendy was going extremely hard on Gisele last season, which I felt like was like, girl, I didn't feel like it was giving what it was supposed to give.
Like
And
I feel like when Wendy tries to comfort somebody, she like prepares an argument and writes
oh
her
yeah,
talking
yeah,
points like a lawyer. And then that doesn't come across as passionate, it comes across as cold and calculated, and like you try to do a storyline for the show. Not
right.
saying that she is, but that's how she comes across. That could be just how she likes to organize her thoughts. She likes to be prepared, but it ain't like you can't be snapping off on people on pre-written stuff. Like you got to snap from the heart, boo boo. And she does not. And so, like, I think she tried to do what Gisele and Karen are doing and like try to reconcile because, of course, you always want to at least start the season in a good place.
Don't touch me.
Look, she was real gangster with it and I loved it. I'm not going
Eh,
to lie. I don't
I,
usually come to Gisele. That's twice now. Ding the damn bell. Thank you. Twice. She looked cute and she shook Wendy off like she was a freaking running back and Wendy was coming at her to tackle her. Like, I loved it. I loved
I
it.
loved it. Now, in the same breath, I was I don't know what angle Gisele is going for this season, but like Gisele was trying to be the reckoner.
Look, she
And
don't need no angle. Like, this is the thing. Wendy came for Gisele because, like, there's two juggernauts, right? There are two juggernauts on the season. It's Karen and Gisele, right? So two juggernauts can't come for each other because then that just throws off everything, and they have so much pull that they will just break up the cast. Candace is an easy mark because she can't even keep up, and then she just acts like an asshole, and it looks like she's crazy, or it looks like she's doing something wrong because she takes it too far. And then they can all come together and tell her how she's wrong.
well, here's the little T. The Ultimate Girl Trips.
Yes,
So they're currently they filmed season 3, and Gisele, Candace, Portia, and like a couple of other people are on there. Well, baby, word on the street is Portia dragged Candace on the Ultimate Girls Trip
I'm
season
sure.
3.
Candace cannot. Who can she keep up with? I cannot even think of an argument that Candace has won. The only way she like stops the argument is by going too far. So she needs to work on that. I don't know how, but like, and everybody knows exactly what to say to push her buttons, and that's just to talk about Dottie.
Well, we love Dottie over here.
Right.
Uh, but
She be
again,
thinking every time you bring up Dottie, she be thinking about getting smacked in the face with a purse, and then she just loses us. Sorry, that was not right. But there's no reason for violence.
also at this party, again, Gisele really felt like she was on a roll. Mia arrives, and this is what I will say: Mia arrives with G, and I thought Mia looked great.
She did.
I thought Mia looked great, but again, Gisele, I want to say, like you were saying early on in the beginning, where like her delivery, like, girl, why, like, but this is what I will say, like, again, because she immediately presses me about, like, well, girl, is this what no cancer looks like? I said,
Right. Ease your way into that one, girl. Yeah, she was wrong for that.
Giselle. But I feel like, because again, she turned to Karen and was like, "Did you tell her what we said?" Like, we had, like, I really do feel like it was coming from a real place of concern, but it's like, sis, what are you doing?
So I do this all the time. Like, I mean, she just kind of lacks tact. So she thinks she's being funny when people don't think it's funny. Like, remember with the shirt, free
Oh
Uncle
yeah,
Ben?
free Uncle Ben tax reform. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't funny. And I was with the grand dame on that one. That wasn't funny. And she thought she was totally being funny. So she just doesn't know where to go. And I think that's because she doesn't like, express emotion in the same way that the other ladies do. So she was wrong for that. We will see how it goes.
Well, I mean, Mia clapped back. She said, "F you." And I was like, oh my God. But I just, again, like, Giselle, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that right then and there? Like, it was giving like cringe vibes. But
Yeah.
I will say, in my opinion, and again, I can't remember all the first episodes of the past 7 seasons, but this one got to be in my top 5. I thought that it was just, it alluded to a lot of different things. Also, just give you another little nugget out there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Mia and G, I need to
Gee.
send this to you because I know that you don't read it, but allegedly, their what type of businesses do they, the chiropractor business, the
Mm-hmm.
fortune that G owns or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they're currently locked out of the accounts of all of the practices. G gave access to his brother, and his brother has locked G and Mia out. So they currently have no access to their fortune. And Mia is going back and forth with the brother's wife on Instagram. So we will see how that plays out. Like, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds fishy. And you ain't gonna lock me out of my accounts. I'm sorry. I
Well,
just don't even.
was it your account? I mean, again, that's what the family is alleging. So again, just like to give the Potomac tea when I know it. But I'm excited to see how the season unfolds. Like, what is your prediction? How do you think the season is going to deliver?
Well, Potomac always delivers. I don't know if it's his top rated season.
Oh, it has to take, it is,
It's
yes.
top rated for me. I love all of their stories. I love that they, have problems that I don't know resonate with me. Whether it's the fertility or should you stay, should you go? Do you want to give up your lifestyle? I definitely know I have friends. And I thought about that myself, like, oh, do I want to give up some of the things I have to have a simpler life? The answer is no. But, I think about it sometimes. And I love to see, even the rented homes. I love to see their fashions. The reverse eyeliner worked for me. It didn't work for you. Even Candace, as much as, she pops off, I love to see what she's wearing. She's a cute little nugget. So I have very high hopes for this season. This is by far my fave. They usually keep it classy, with their barbs and everything like that. I can even feel bad, feel good for the people who aren't necessarily my favorites, like Wendy. I know she come across as very calculated and stuff like that, but I love that, she's doing her thing and she's trying out stuff. She's not afraid to, change it up, mix it up. So I'm here for whatever Potomac is serving. Sha, come on back. Bring the tea, honey. Interested to hear about the Grand Dame and her arrangement.
You've seen the previews, okay? We will see all of that. J'tia and I will be covering it. I'll be having some guests along the way talking Potomac this season. So, J'tia, thank you so much. But before we go, what you got popping over there in the Sim Queens round?
My goodness. So I have so many things coming up. Per usual, I am booked and busy. I'm actually going to go to the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, and moderate a panel about women's empowerment and how to get more women in nuclear. And before we go, I want to say congratulations on your 200 show. I remember when you were getting this started. Oh, I love you. Like, you tried to get away from me all the way back on. I love to tell this story about how I creeped up in your room and you had locked your little patio door.
Yes.
Pop the lock on that. Like, I am from the hood. So I popped the lock. I was like, hey, Brice, how you doing?
Same thing happened in Florida a month ago.
Correct. So still got the skills. Don't let it fool you. But I just want to say congratulations. I love you. I do.
I love you too, J'tia. I love your children.
And I love the Purple Pants podcast. So I can't wait to hear from you guys. Let me know if I need to straighten out Brice or his assistant, Bianca.
Okay. Where can the people follow you at, J'tia?
I am on Instagram, mainly J'tia PhD, JTIA PhD, also on Twitter. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about what we said and other things in the podcast.
Yes. Well, all right. This has been your Potomac coverage, season 7, J'tia and Brice. We will be back. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.
It's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants podcast. You better get your headphones and listen up quick. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants.